Saturday. It's the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills. It's a divisional round matchup here in the playoffs. Mike Tirico, along with Greg Olson, partner, both these teams feeling the momentum, feeling good. They won last week on Wild Card Weekend. They're starting to look forward. The winner moves on to the AFC Championship game. This should be some battle. Off we go here in the divisional round. Oh, he's got room past the 30. The Buffalo offense set to go to work for the first time. They'll be led by the big fella, 6'5" quarterback Josh Allen.
You have to figure, Mike, this is a confident quarterback coming into this one. He played such a large role, not only helping them win the division, but then he followed it up last week with a big wild card victory. Now, 1 week away from a championship game in front of their home crowd, everything is falling into place. But if they want to play next week, they're going to need another big game from their leader.
That's the way to get started. A pickup of 17 and a very quick first down. They'll run. This is Mason. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down. From the shotgun, it's Allen. And he does a nice job to avoid the initial wave. They're going to get him down behind the line. On third down, it's Josh Allen. That's taken in by Shakir. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker. So on fourth down, time to kick it away. Jake Camarda to do the honors, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. The Miami offense will make their way onto the field, led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Tua Tagovailoa.
Winning in the wild card round, certainly an accomplishment that this team should be proud of. But Mike, if he wants to take his team to the championship round next week, he's going to have to lead by example and play a mistake-free game against a team known for capitalizing on their opponent's mistakes. Yes, you have to be aggressive. You have to, but those risks have to be calculated, because if you get reckless against this group, you're going to be flying home. You're going to be getting ready for the offseason.
Now the second-year man, Devon Achane. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
In order for you to be able to operate out of this 4-3 style defense, Mike, the key is your defensive tackles, their ability to penetrate, their ability to be game wreckers. That's exactly what we saw here. His ability to get back there, make the stop at the line of scrimmage, keep it to no gain.
That's his first grab of this divisional round matchup, and it's good for the first down as well.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
Encroachment, defense. Still first down.
So a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. They'll bring Waller in motion here. Here's Tagovailoa. This one caught by Waller. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line. They face second down and 7. Tua, going to give it to Achane. And let's give it about 4 on that one. It is Joey Bosa there on the tackle. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. out of the gun, Tagovailoa. And that is incomplete.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
The Bills offense ready to see the football for the second time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. That's powerful running, lowers the shoulder, and picks up 4. Here's 2nd and 6. That's Palmer, the man in motion. Off the play fake, here's Allen. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. A run. And here's Mason. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
The key to this play, Mike, was defensively their ability to stretch this ball and make him go laterally. Anytime you could force the ball carrier to go sideways on 3rd and short, it gives your defenders time to rally, make the tackle for no gain, brings up 4th down.
Here's Jake Camarda now, and he'll be looking for something better after that poor first punt. A fair catch signaled and taken at about the 18-yard line. The Dolphins offense back onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. Here's 1st and 10. Westbrook-Akine motioning here. On the ground to start the drive, it's Achane. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
They'll stay on the ground with Achane. And he's able to find a crease, get ahead for 7, and he'll bring up 3rd down. From the gun, here's Tua. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. This fielded inside the 35. So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. On the ground is Mason. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 41-yard line.
In motion, Shakir. From the gun, it's Allen. He's looking deep for Shakir. That is hot. And he will score. Khalil Shakir. Touchdown, Buffalo. A beautiful combination. And bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. On the return, Malik Washington. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Dolphins offense ready to get back at it. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. Westbrook-Akine motioning here. Fake the handoff. Now, Tua. He'll get this out wide. This a mess on the offensive end. He goes out of bounds. That's going to be a loss of 5 yards on that play. Motion man set right. On the carry, here's A-Chain. He'll get this ahead for about 3. Taron Johnson up. To throw is Tua. Now a screen set up for A-Chain. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
The Bills offense ready to take over possession of the football. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with a 1st and 10. That's Palmer, the man in motion. They go play action now. Here's Allen. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'll say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. He'll work this ahead for 2, maybe 3. Play is made on defense by Jordan Brooks. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? In motion, Shakir. On 3rd down, it's Allen. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
8-yard loss brings up 4th down. Jake Cavarda in punt formation.
1 quarter in the books in this AFC Divisional playoff. The Bills with the early advantage. It's the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back after this. Here's the punter now, as this drive quickly stalled out, so he's on to punt it away. Now fair catch is taken back inside the 40. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's A-Chain. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
Up until that run, this first half, it's kind of been tough sledding here for this run game. They'd love to see him get going. That last big pickup's going to go a long way.
Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Neutral zone infraction, defense. Still 1st down.
They put the tight end Brown in motion. Now A-Chain. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard. Here's a 2nd and 6. Now Tua. That's the big tight end, Pharaoh Brown. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
A gain of 9 yards. 1st down, Dolphins.
On play action, it's Tagovailoa. He'll take a shot here. Back to the end zone. To the end zone. It's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's position. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, that ball was thrown. Me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The Bills offense ready to get back to work. They lead it here in the second quarter, 7-0, as they begin with a 1st and 10. Off the zone read, it's a give to Davis. And he's fighting to get free. A lot of work there for a gain of 3. 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 3.
From the gun, Josh Allen. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down. Keon Coleman, the intended receiver. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's their punter now. He's on to punt it for the 4th time tonight. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Dolphins offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Fake the handoff. Now, Tua. He's going to tuck it and go.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
They put the tight end Brown in motion. A shotgun snap for Tua. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
The defensive coaches, they preach all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Here's Tagovailoa. To the outside. Catch made by Brown.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
This brought in out past the 20. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Bills offense ready to get back at it. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Out of the gun, here's Allen. He gets this to the tight end, Dalton Kincaid.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
Trying to get it to Dalton Kincaid there. And it's going to be fourth down. On comes the punter now, as he'll come on to kick for the fifth time here tonight. Now, fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll try to escape. Start the drive on the ground, and here comes a reverse. And nothing cooking on that one. He'll be met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. Tua. Firing right side, brought in by Brown. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down. Back to throw is Tua. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, like living in these third and long situations. Must pass is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
This one fielded out beyond the 25. The home team's offense ready to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Allen going to make the read and hold on here. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
It's the combination of size and speed that really differentiates Josh Allen from the rest of the quarterbacks in the league. So it makes a lot of sense that they're going to get the ball in his hands as often as possible, and we just saw why there.
They'll throw on 1st down with Allen. That is incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
That's Palmer, the
quarterback in their passing game, into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains. And on that 3rd down, they thought an easy way to pick it up and get some positive yards would go to their quick game, but it didn't seem like the receiver and the quarterback were on the same page, and now brings up 4th down.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The visitors' offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. The first run for Alexander Madison. What more could you ask for on 1st down? Nice run of 8, setting up 2nd and short. In motion, it's Waddle. Here's Tua. That's caught on the right side by Waddle. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down. 3rd and a yard. Two minutes remain. First half in a 7-0 game. Back with more of the AFC playoffs after this. Tua going to throw here on 3rd and 1. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
This one, returnable. And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. The home team's offense ready to see what they can do. That's Palmer, the man in motion. Throwing now. Allen here on first down. He's looking deep for Shakir.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page.
A throw there on second down, going to be incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
And the receiver with a fair catch, taken successfully, and that's where he'll turn it over to the offense. The visitors' offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. That's taken in by Achane. And this one's going to be a loss of yardage. He's marked out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
What they teach these backs is when you catch a check down, immediately try to get vertical. Try to put a hole in the defense coming to rally tackle. So give credit to the defense here. They strung this out and made him go sideways, and they forced him to go so far sideways, he went out of bounds.
The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts to talk things over before 3rd down. Here's a give to Achane. Now a timeout, Buffalo. Their second. As they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. Punt team comes out. Dolphins going to kick it away. Here comes a return. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The home team's offense about ready to take over once more. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Allen. He's going to run it. And the quarterback scrambling, maneuvers his way back to the line of scrimmage. But that's all he can get out of that one. Now Allen to throw on 2nd down. This one, downfield for Kincaid.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out, go up for an offensive rebound, and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
Now Allen on 1st down. This one complete to Palmer. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup. Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike, and I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. So we are at halftime in this AFC Divisional Round matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. One of these two teams is going to move on to the conference championship. We'll get it back to you two in just a moment. But first, let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other divisional round games in the AFC. And it looks like a good one, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals doing battle with the Baltimore Ravens. We were treated to a solid first half of football by the great quarterback, Josh Allen. His touchdown pass is the only score of the game thus far, as his guys hold a 7-0 lead to this point. This has been a hard-fought battle thus far. Just the one touchdown to this point is still anybody's game at 7-0, as both of these defenses have been out there trying to
fighting to get to that AFC Championship game next Sunday. Back to it here, the third quarter underway. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The visitors' offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. From 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Hill brought in motion. Play action. Tagovailoa. Now he takes off.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
Sending a receiver right. They'll go jet sweep and do it with Hill. And that one shut down right away. Good pressure on the backside. The defense stops him for no gain. Hill brought in motion. Throwing on 3rd down, Tagovailoa, and they would continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front, because right now their pass protection is breaking down, and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
Punt team headed out for the Dolphins. As this drive went backwards, he's on to kick it away. That'll be returnable from the 35. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Bills offense ready for their first possession of this second half. Allen working from the pistol. That's to the left side where he's got Kincaid. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing.
At the 38-yard line.
That's Palmer, the man in motion. Now, screen going to be set up for Davis. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Again, it's Allen to the air. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7. Throwing again, it's Allen. That's to Kincaid once again.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now in that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
He's taken down just shy of the 10.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Now Allen. That's into the hands of Jordan Mason. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
From the gun, Josh Allen. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Josh Allen. Touchdown, Bills. He's got another one. His second touchdown of the evening. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him. And in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Now return coming from the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to take over once again. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. A run out of the gun with Achane. And some good blocking, springing up a gain of 9 as we get to third down. From the gun, here's Tua. And that is incomplete. He's looking for Devon Achane coming out of the backfield. And it's going to lead to 4th down. We're about ready now for the punt. Now the return. Oh, looked like he may have hit a seam for a moment, but he's taken down after a solid return. So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. Quick throw here is complete. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
At the 40-yard line.
That's Palmer, the man in motion. Out of the gun, here's Allen. Quick throw, taken in. He'll get about 5 here as he's out of bounds with a 1st down. To throw is Allen. That is intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to get this back at their own 34-yard line.
You know, Mike, anytime a team can go nickel or dime and come off the field with an interception, I just am constantly reminded of the importance of defensive back depth when you're building an NFL roster. I mean, think back. This is not the old NFL base 3-4, base 4-3. Offenses are going to roll out 2, 3, 4 high-level wide receivers at you in this pass-first modern era. If you can't roll out 5 DBs and all of them hold their own and be trusted to hold up, you are going to struggle defending these pass-first modern offenses.
Westbrook-Akine motioning here. Fake the handoff. Now, Tua. He'll get this out wide. That was not what they were hoping for. He's going to go out of bounds behind the line. A loss on that one. A shotgun snap for Tua. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away. I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. Sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
The home team's offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. That's Palmer, the man in motion. They'll throw on 1st down with Allen.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Here's Allen. Now a loose football. It's picked up by the Dolphins.
Something these running back coaches preach all the time, Mike, is you can't sacrifice the ball for additional yardage, and I think we had a case of that going here. I love the effort. I love the fight, but it can't come at the expense of the ball. Everything in football is about protecting the ball itself, and in this case, just a little bit too loose with it. They're able to pop it loose, and that's a big turnover.
The Dolphins offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They can get back into this quickly now. Very short field ahead. It is 1st and 10. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Look them up on a 2nd down and 8. Tua gonna throw. Now a screen set up for Achane. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. Here's Tagovailoa. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he'll be brought down on what will be the final act here in this 3rd quarter. So on 4th down, the Dolphins turn to Jason Sanders with a field goal try. Officially an even 50-yard attempt. Sanders' kick is good. And the Dolphins get their first points of the game. They trail 14-3.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. So Allen and the Bills getting set for their next possession. And he has had all sorts of trouble in this one. Your quarterback has to take care of the ball, and he has not. Turning it over in the air, turning it over as a fumbler. You just cannot win football games in this league when the quarterback's giving the defense the ball. And that's what he's done in this one. In motion, Shakir. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. On play action, Allen. He connects with Palmer on that one. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the fourth quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
A run. And here's Mason. Maybe a couple there. It's third down.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
From the shotgun, it's Allen. Now a shot downfield for Samuel.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
The Dolphins offense ready to take over possession of the football. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. Tua. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. To throw is Tua. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a second.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him. And instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
They're all set to punt this one away, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. This will be returned from the other side of midfield. And it's a good return here, able to take it across the 50 and set up the offense with a short field. 1st and 10. Allen going to give this to Davis. Nothing more. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On the ground once more, it's Davis. And he'll get 4 on this one. Down inside the 40-yard line now. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. 3rd and 6. That's Palmer, the man in motion. On 3rd down, it's Allen. He'll try to run for it. Now, after the play, he'll stop it. We have an injured Dolphin. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. The offense is out there. 4th and inches. They'll try and run for it. And he's not going anywhere. Stuffed behind the line. They have turned it over on downs.
And And a great job here by the defense, being strong up inside, forcing the ball carrier to have to bounce this out towards the sideline, and he can't get the corner, and they come up with a huge fourth down stop.
Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Westbrook-Akine motioning here. A play fake. Now 2 to throw. He'll get this out to the left flat.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
Tua now on 3rd down. That one intercepted. Picked off by Christian Benford. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
The Bills offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he's had trouble getting on track in this one. Really limited space to find an opening. The defensive front stopping him multiple times. Generally, he has not been a big factor in this game to this point. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Mason. And he powers his way forward, doing it on the ground inside the 40, a gain of 8. He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Here's Allen to throw. Stretching the field is Knox. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
Here's a chance to put this game away. 1st down and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he will dive into the end zone. Jordan Mason, touchdown Buffalo. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
The extra point by Bass is good. And the Bills move out to a 21-3 advantage. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Washington now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. Back to throw is Tua. Looking middle, and he's got Brown. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's 2. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tungo Bailoa. That's caught. It's Westbrook-Akine. 6 catches for him in the ball game now, and this one's good for a 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and The age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. From the gun on 3rd down, Tagovailoa. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And that is not going to work. Incomplete, and they turn it over on downs. On the ground is Mason. He'll be taken down after a short pickup. It's at the 27. Here's a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 27-yard line.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. Here's 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Allen. He's got that complete to Knox. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up 4th down. Try to get him to jump. Did not work. Good job by the defense to stay disciplined. It's a delay of game.
Still 4th down.
On 4th down, Tyler Bass now for the Bills field goal. This one from 41 yards out. Bass's kick is good. And the Bills will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
This one taken at the 7. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Dolphins offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll start out 1st down and 10. From the gun, here's Tua. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump, and they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
And that's going to be incomplete, but a flag down in the backfield. That's the area we usually see holding. Now Tua. He gets that to Brown. And he'll be taken down after. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down. They snap it to Tua. Incomplete. They couldn't get the connection on 4th. They'll wind up giving the ball over on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
Now a give up the middle. And a nice run. Get them about 9. It'll bring up second down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
They'll stick with him again. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this fourth quarter. So it's a win here for the Bills. They will continue on in these playoffs. They're now one step away from a Super Bowl appearance. We'll have a tough one coming up next Sunday in the conference championship game. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Bills are victorious as we say so long from Buffalo.